So hello everyone, good afternoon, how are you all? So guys, the session that we are taking right now, it's related with the SSC CGL live test which was held from 15th of May to 17th of May. So what is the first question of the day? The first question is in front of you. The question is, the Government of India announced that the four labor codes, the first one is the Code on Wages 2019, the Industrial Relations Code 2020, the Code on Social Security 2020 and the Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions Code 2020 are being made effective from 21st November 2025. So rationalizing how many extinct labor laws? So the correct answer is going to be 29. So the answer is 29 over here. Yes, in a historic decision, the Government of India has announced the four labor codes. That is the Code of Wages, Industrial Relations Code, the Code on Social Security and the Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions Code. So they are being made effective from 21st November 2025 and rationalizing the 29 extinct labor laws, right? So what is the correct answer? The correct answer was 29. Next. Next question is, the style of temple architecture prevailed in Odisha features a dual, that is Sanctum Tower, and Jagmohan, the Assembly Hall. So the correct answer is what? The correct answer is going to be Kaling. So how can you link it? Basically, if you are aware of the history section, there the Ashokan war was very famous. That is the Kaling war, after which Ashok converted into the Buddhist. He actually changed his religion to the Buddhism. Remember? So that was the Kaling war. So it's actually the Odisha. So the Odisha, there are other famous temples as well, like Lingaraj temple. Then we can talk about Sun temple, that is in Konark. So yes guys, the Kaling style of temple architecture which developed in present days Odisha is characterized by two main structures. That is Diol, the Sanctum Tower, Jagmohan, the Assembly or the Prayer Hall. So the famous examples of includes the Lingaraj temple and the Konark Sun temple. Fine. Next, what is the next question? The next is, given below are the two statements marked as assertion and reason. You have to choose the correct option. The first one is, Niti Aayog is a non-constitutional, non-stationary body. Reason is given, it was created by an executive resolution in 2015 to replace the Planning Commission as the government's policy think tank. That's absolutely correct. So that means here both the parts are correct and R is the correct explanation of A. So I'll go with option number A and that is the correct answer. Next, consider the following statements regarding the Ryotwari settlement. So the first statement is given here. Revenue was directly collected from the peasants. That's correct, right? So the land ownership rights for vested zamindars. That's wrong. No, it was introduced by Thomas Munro. Again, that is correct. So the correct answer will be 1 and 3 only. What is the correct answer? The correct answer is going to be a 1 and 3 only. And guys, please remember here in this question, if I'll talk about the explanation, so why zamindar is not correct here? So what was it? So here, 1 second, I'll just mark the correct answer first. So 1 and 3, yeah. So yes. So why it was incorrect? The reason is here it was actually the ownership rights were given to the peasants, not zamindars, and that is very important. Please remember this. Zamindari system was a different model which was used in Bengal. So here only and only the option number 1 and 3 were the correct one. Right? Next. So here we have again it's something linked with the LPG. So consider the following statement regarding the LPG economic reforms. So we have three statements. The first one is, liberalization involves easing industrial licensing, investment controls and entry barriers. That's the point number 1. Second one is, privatization includes disinvestment and strategic sale of public sector enterprises. And the third one is, globalization refers to the policies of protectionism that restrict trade and capital flows. So guys, the first and second statement is correct, but they are saying that globalization refers to the policies of protectionism that restrict the trade and capital flows. That's totally wrong. So here the answer will be the correct answer will be option number B. That is 1 and 2 is the correct answer. Okay. So let's go with the explanation also now. What is the answer? 1 and 2. That is option number B is the correct answer. So let's see. Why 3 was incorrect? Because the globalization actually promotes the integration via trade, investment and technology flows, not by protectionism. And that's why option number 3 C was incorrect. Achha. Here one more thing is there. Here please remember the new industrial policy 1991 dismantled most industrial licensing and opened many sectors to private and foreign investment. So MRTP Act was replaced by the Competition Act to regulate anti-competitive practices. FDI Our policy is sectoral caps and entry routes. So disinvestment receipts are a capital receipt in the union budget. So the correct answer was just 1 and 2. Next, what is the next question? The next is identify the correct statement regarding the book, The Memories of the Welfare State. So guys, what is it? So it was a sequel to the Upmanyu Chatterjee's debut novel English August, right? It also won the Sahitya Akademi Award in 2004. That's again correct. It regained popularity during COVID-19 pandemic as the novel deals with the bureaucratic and political responses to the epidemic hit fictional district of Madna. So here the correct answers are, all the options are correct. So I'll go with option number D. That's correct. So yes, option number D is the correct answer. Fine. Next. The question is, consider the following statements regarding the office of the governor. The first statement is, the governor can reserve a state bill for the consideration of the president even if it is not a money bill. That's correct. Second statement is, the governor is bound by the aid and advice of Council of Ministers while reserving a bill. That's wrong. So guys, here only statement number 1 is correct. So I'll go with just option number A. So here see, you need to remember these articles and all because this is important. Please remember this. I'll take the color. Yeah. So under article 200 of the Indian Constitution, when a bill passed by the state legislature is presented to the governor, they have main 4 options: give assent to the bill, withhold assent, return the bill for the reconsideration, reserve the bill for the consideration of the president. So yes guys, here the statement number 1 was correct, but this discretionary power was incorrect. The act of reserving a bill for the president is considered one of the discretionary power of the governor. So unlike most other functions where the governor acts as the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers, the decision to reserve the bill for the president is made by the governor using their own judgment. Okay, so next, what is the next question? Who launched Bharatiya Bhasha Anubhag in June 2025? So was it Narendra Modi ji, RPM, was it Rajnath Singh ji, Dharmendra Pradhan ji, or Amit Shah? So the correct answer is Amit Shah here. So Amit Shah is the correct answer. So Union Home Minister Amit Shah inaugurated the Bharatiya Bhasha Anubhag on June 6, 2025 in New Delhi. Next. Consider the following statements regarding Maratha Empire. Shivaji was coronated at Raigad in 1674 with the title Chhatrapati. That's correct. Kanoji Angre is renowned for building the Maratha navy along the Konkan coast. Again correct. The third battle of Panipat severely checked Maratha expansion under Peshwa Balaji Bajirao. Guys, all the 3 statements are correct. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer will be option number D, and that is 1, 2 and 3 is the correct answer. Is it okay? Next. So as the next question is, here is the given, here's the list of articles and here's the list what these articles are actually related to. So here article 17 is linked with what? Article 17 is linked with the abolition of untouchability. Acha guys, here just have a look. So do we need to link with all the options? No, we don't have such time in our examination. So what you will do here, just see in this matching part, A is related with 1, A is related with 5, A second and 1. So we are aware of that abolition of untouchability was linked with article 17 and we need not go at other locations. We directly link it. Acha, A's fifth is given. Other options can be eliminated. This is known as option elimination. In the examiner, please remember this is the only way to get the maximum score, and also here it is going to save your time, which you can use in reasoning and maths part. So yes, option number A was option number B was correct. But yes, all the things I mentioned here. Article 17 as discussed, it's linked with the abolition of untouchability. 51A is linked with the fundamental duties. 80, it's the composition of the Council of States. Then 343, Hindi as an official language. Guys, Hindi is the official language, that's not a national language. There's a confusion, there's a misconception among us many candidates. So please remember this, Hindi as an official language is there in the article 343. Article 356, that's under the president, it's linked to the president's rule. Okay, next. The next question is, which of the following gharanas of Hindustani classical music is most associated with the Drupal style of singing? So is it Kiran? No. Is it Darbhanga? Yes. So that's the Darbhanga gharana. Next. The celebration of Ray by Idu Mishmi community of Arunachal Pradesh begins with the chanting and dancing by the priest who prays to which two deities? Is it Doni and Polo? No. Is it Masilo Zinu and Nani India? Yeah, that's correct. So B is the correct answer here. So Ray and Ke Miha are two important festivals of the Idu Mishmi community of the Arunachal Pradesh. Ki Miha is another important festival of Idu Mishmi. Kimiha means ingestion of new harvested rice. It is celebrated on the 24th September every year after harvesting of rice. Next. Which of the following statements is or are correct about Western Ghat? So it starts with the Gujarat and ends near Kanyakumari. That's correct. The northwestern part of the Western Ghats is taller than the south. Array, that's wrong, guys. So here only and only option number 1 is the correct answer. So we'll go with option number 1. Yes, so the southern part is taller than the northern part. That's important. And here the statement number 2 was wrong. Next is about GDP. So the question is, GDP measures the total value of all the final goods and services produced within a country in a given period. That's correct, guys. Okay. GDP at constant prices is used to measure real economic growth. Again, that's correct. GDP includes the value of intermediate goods to avoid double counting. No, that's wrong, guys. Here only and only option number 1st and 2nd, which is there in option number A, is correct. So talking about that wrong statement, so GDP excludes the value of intermediary goods because the value of intermediary goods is already captured in the price of the final product. Including them separately would lead to the double counting, which would artificially inflate the GDP figure and misrepresent the actual size of the economy. So yes, option number C was not correct. Only 1 and 2 were correct. Next, which of the following which of the following rivers form estuaries instead of deltas? Narmada forms it. Godavari no. Tapi yes. So guys, 1 and 3 is the correct answer. 1 and 3 will be the correct answer. So yes, Narmada and Tapi, they are west flowing rivers that flow through narrow rift valleys because they flow through a hard rocky terrain. They carry very little slate. Furthermore, the steep gradient of the Western Ghats ensures the water flows too fast to deposit sediment at the mouth, forming estuaries instead of deltas. Second is talking about river 2, that is Godavari. So it is an east flowing river that travels across the vast Deccan plateau, carrying significant amounts of sediment. As it reaches the shallow of Bay of Bengal, the water slows down and deposits slate, and it forms the last delta, right? Okay, next. So you have statements here. A person is counted as literate if they can read and write without understanding, with understanding any language. That's correct, guys. So guys, how will you say that this person is literate? So let's say he knows Hindi, he knows English, he can write also and he can read also. So we'll say that this person is literate, right? And usual resident means a person who has stayed in the place for at least 6 months or intends to stay for next 6 months. That is usual resident. That's again correct. Work participation rate is the percentage of mean workers only to the total population. That's wrong. So you have 1 and 2. That is option number D is the perfect answer. And yes, only 1 and 2 are correct here. Next is the Rabi crops are sown in winter. That's correct, guys. Kharif crops depend on monsoon rainfall. That's again correct, guys. Zaid crops are grown in the rainy season. Guys, this option is actually wrong. So here, the option number 1 and 2 are only correct. So I'll tell you about the crops here. Rabi crops are winter crops. So their examples can be wheat, barley, gram, mustard and all. Kharif crops are monsoon crops. So here rice, maize, bajra, cotton, right? And Zaid crops. So the rainy season is specifically associated with the Kharif crop, right? So here they actually require the warm, dry weather for the major growth. And here the examples can be watermelon, muskmelon, cucumber, right? And that's why we are having this watermelons and all in this month, right? So in the present time, these muskmelons, watermelons are very common. So you can easily link from it. Okay, next is in animal evolution, which group is deuterostome shows radial indeterminate cleavage and typically forms the column by interocoely. So what is it? So guys, here the correct answer will be your Echinodermata, where this term echinodermata is linked with the term that means spiny bodied. And spiny bodied means, here you can take the perfect example of a starfish. What is the perfect example? The perfect example is a starfish. And guys, do you know starfish is not a fish? Just like sea cucumber. Sea cucumber is not a cucumber. Seahorse is not a horse. Similarly, starfish is not a fish. That's in the part of echinodermata, and these are the properties. Guys, talking about arthropoda. So arthropoda is the largest animal phylum in which insects are included. So the largest animal kingdom phylum in which the insects are included are arthropoda. What about mollusca? Mollusca is the second largest animal kingdom phylum. And Annelida, if I talk about Annelida, so here we can link it with the earthworm. So here the correct answer was echinodermata. And remember, Annelida includes what? Annelida actually includes the earthworm. So these are the questions which are repeatedly asked in examination. You must remember. Next. So identify the correct statement regarding Ullas Nav Bharat Saksharta Karyakram, that is new literacy program. The first statement is Tripura was declared fully literate under the scheme in June 2025. That's totally correct. Since its launch in 2020, Ullas has been implemented in a mission made across the country. Sir Balaji, here this is wrong. No, so since second statement is wrong, it won't be there. The Ullas scheme aligned with the NEP 2020 targets adults who cannot go to the school. That's correct. So what is the correct answer? Which will be the perfect one? So first and third. So first and third is present in option number C. So brother, what is the correct answer? Here the correct answer will be option number 1 and 3 only. Fine. Next. 1 second. Yeah. So what is the correct answer? 1 and 3 is the correct answer. Next. So in cricket, what does the term golden duck mean? See, scoring exactly 50 runs is the half century. 100 runs is the century. Being dismissed for a duck in both innings? No sir. That is the paired one. Being dismissed on the first ball faced? That's correct. So here the correct answer is option number C. Next. According to the census 2011, the sex ratio in the economically active group, that is 15 to 59, because these are the ones who are here we'll say that after 18 years these people start working, but yes, it's unofficial, but in most of the cases you might find some of the 15 years candidates also, they are studying also, they're working also. So if I talk about the economically active group, that is 15 to 59 for the expenditure also, for the income part also, here the ratio was 944 is to 1000, right? And here according to the census, the age group, that is for the 0 to 19 years, that was 908. For 60 plus, it was 1033. So the sex ratio was highest for the Kerala, followed by the Puducherry, lowest in the Daman-Diu, followed by the Dadar and Nagar Haveli, and then Chandigarh. So yes, these questions are important. You must remember them. Next we have, which of the following statement is correct? Capital receipts create liabilities or reduce the assets of the government. That's correct. Revenue deficit means revenue expenditure is more or exceeds the revenue receipts. That's again correct. Grants and aid from the union to the states are treated as capital expenditure of the union. That's wrong. So what is the correct answer, guys? So Sir Balaji, I want this answer from you. I guess you know this answer. What is the answer? B is the correct answer, right? So I'll explain it here. B is the perfect answer, but see, the option number 3 is incorrect because grants and aid are revenue expenditure of the union. So capital receipts include the market loans, small savings, recoveries of loan, and disinvestment of proceeds. So primary deficit is equal to fiscal deficit minus the interest payments. Okay, next. So this is from the environment. So here's the first statement that is given. In a grazing food chain, producers, that is plant, then herbivores will have them, then carnivores will have them, and yes, whenever we'll be going with the change in the trophic level, so there will be only 10% energy transfer, right? So yes, option number is absolutely correct. What about B? In a detritus food chain, energy flows from dead organic matter to decomposers, right? That's correct. Ecological energy pyramids can be inverted in the productive lakes. That's wrong. So only and only option number C is correct here. So we'll go with option number C. Then, which of the following statements correctly describe the bryophyte? Do you know what is bryophyte? So bryophytes are the amphibians of the plant kingdom, which means they need land for the survival. Obviously, sir, they cannot move from one place to another, but they need water for the sexual reproduction, that is for the fertilization, where male part will be meeting the female part. So they require water for the fertilization. That's why here option number C is the correct answer. So we'll go with option number C. But yes, you need to know about it. So bryophyte includes the mosses, liverworts, hornworts. So you can talk about the grasses. Grasses you might have seen, which is present in the moisture. In the moist environment, you might have seen some grasses on the wall as well. That is what mosses is. So mosses, liverworts, hornworts, these are the examples of the same, and they are known as the amphibians of the plant kingdom, right? Okay. So the we were talking about option number C. So the male gamete, that is anthrozoids, are flagellated and motile. They must swim through the thin film of the water to reach the female reproductive organ, that is archegonium, to fertilize the egg. So without water, fertilization cannot occur. So these require water for the sexual reproduction. Fine. Next. And this is the last question. Which of the following Indian cities municipal corporation in 2025 launched the country's first digital house address project using the QR coded plates to connect the households with smart governance and citizen services? So is it Indore, Bhopal, Jaipur or Nagpur? So what is the answer? Indore is the correct answer. So the Indore Municipal Corporation, that is IMC in Madhya Pradesh, has launched a digital house address project with officials claiming it to be the first such initiative in the country. The project involves the installation of special digital plates with unique QR codes outside every house in the city. It was launched on a pilot basis from ward number 82 in Sudhama Nagar area. The project aims to empower the smart administration by connecting citizen services by digital technology. An official said necessary changes will be made in the digital address project based on people's suggestion herein. So yes, Indore was the correct answer, and that's all from my end. So as it gives you the clarity what kind of questions are asked in the CGL, how we can attempt it, how that elimination works, how those mnemonics works, and which are the most repeated ones. For example, the questions from the gharanas, they are asked every time, so we cannot miss them, right? So they are the questions from books and authors, directly or indirectly. We have seen that today also, in the last live test also we have discussed. So now this gives us clarity how the questions paper is prepared from the general awareness section. So wherever you feel like you need any help, you have any doubt, you can just let me know in the comment section. Fine. So that's all from my end. And guys, if you wanna join any of the paid batches, you can just go to the Oliveboard. In the Oliveboard, I'll just show you 1 second. Yeah. In the Oliveboard website, you will just type Oliveboard, click on it, and select the SSC or Railways examination. Here on the dashboard, you will find SSC plus Railways Super Elite batch. Includes both English and Hindi medium courses. So here you have 1200 plus live sessions for the SSC, 600 plus live sessions of the RRBs, 300 plus concept videos are there, 900 plus mock tests are there, and typing tests also there. So you can just click on the enroll now option, and for the maximum discount you can use the code exam. It will give you the 45% off and also the double validity. So just click here and type exam. You can apply the coupon code and get the maximum discount. So thank you Manoj, thank you Sir Balaji, thank you everyone. Bye bye guys, take care, Jai Hind. We'll meet in the next class now. Take care guys, all the very best for the examination.